start at ground zero. Because when you're at a good position, that's when you will know that ground zero is facing some problems, you can rectify it. If you don't know udhar kya ho raha hai, how can you probably rectify a problem when you're up there?
Yeah.
So you need to go up the ladder in order to learn all of those mistakes, and when you're up there, you make it perfect.
We were like, long term down the line, we want to bring Taylor Swift to India. So her performance fee and everything, it comes down to an investment of close to 300 to 400 crores. We can host her at Ahmedabad's Motera Stadium, which has a 1.5 lakh capacity. Okay? Now, even if you sell each ticket at a minimum of 10,000 rupees, right, you make a 1,500 crore revenue, which is 5 times of what you're investing.
Yeah.
But where do we get that investment from?
वो 300 करोड़ तो वो नहीं दे रहे.
Exactly. From my perspective, I don't think we've had a bad experience with an artist exactly. We've had a bad experience with the artist management. Okay. The managers have a massive ego. Okay. That he's my artist, you will have to listen to me, otherwise the artist will not perform. If I call him at 12 at midnight and tell him ki bro, tomorrow by 9 o'clock I need X number of volunteers, he will make sure, he will stay up till 3 o'clock arranging the volunteers and make sure that everyone is there on time at the event. So these people saw that value in him as well, the competitors, they tried to poach him. He went there as a spy for us to see what's going on there. To see what's going on over there. And then he came back, with us, to us like, bro, trust me, they are doing the stuff, they're going to fall down very soon. They are trying to keep up with you guys, it's not happening for them.
What is that one most challenging artist or the experience you faced them? You don't have to name the artist. You can just say what was the experience, and also give me a few good experience with the artist, because during the events you hang out with them,
right?
You meet after the events too.
Correct.
So what was the most challenging one, and what are the good ones? Good ones you can name them.
From my perspective, I don't think we've had a bad experience with an artist exactly. We've had a bad experience with the artist management. The management of the artist. Because usually the artists don't have that big of an ego as what their managers have. The managers have a massive ego. That he's my artist, you will have to listen to me, otherwise the artist will not perform. So that is what we've faced. So I would say that, and also sometimes the event organizers as well. So we faced a problem with the event organizer, wherein he's like, for a pilot program, I need 60 volunteers, but I will not pay any of you. But the artist was massive. So we are like, and the company was huge. So we're like, as a pilot for one event, let's take this up, let's do it. So we took it up, we brought in 60 volunteers and everything. And when we went there, we realized that 60 volunteers was a huge stretch. He just needed 30. Half of the manpower that he's requested. But we had brought on 60 people. So we had to take care of the food and everything. Food and, luckily there's a metro station near the venue. So we didn't have to take care of the travel. Otherwise we would have had to take care of travel. We would have spent a lot of money. So that is one horrible experience that we faced with the client and artist manager as well. It's just the trying to manage the ego of the artist manager, nothing else. But this is one huge, bad experience that we've had with the event organizer. And after that event, we're like, what? Agreed, you are a huge company, all that stuff, but we don't want to work with you anymore. Because we don't like the way you work. You needed 30, you called 60. And then later on, you are telling me that my volunteers are not working. Like, of course, if you call in extra people, you will find volunteers lying around because their 30 people don't have work.
Yeah.
You cannot blame us for those 30 people roaming around if you've not given them work. If you give them work, they will definitely work. But if you yourself don't give them work, and then if you see them roaming around, you cannot come and tell us that, hey, buddy, your volunteers are roaming around. Like, you knew that you needed how many volunteers you needed. Why not just give us the exact number?
Yes.
So that's one massive bad experience that we've had. A great experience, I would say, is with Samay Raina. His India tour. Yeah, great guy. In his Chennai leg of the tour, between shows, he's playing chess with our volunteers. So someone had brought a chess set, and between the shows, he's like, Samay bhai, aap kheloge kya? He's like, chalo. And Samay is he's a great chess player. He's a great chess fan as well. So on the stage, they laid out the chess mat. He's on a video call with someone, and he's playing chess over here with the volunteers as well. So artists like these are amazing to work with. Readas as well, great person to work. He doesn't talk a lot, matches and stuff, but he's a very calm, composed man as well. Then another artist, even Anuv Jain. Very humble guy.
Okay.
And backstage during meet and greet, he's super chill. He has a great heartfelt conversation with the people that he's meeting. Doesn't belittle anyone or anything. He's a very calm and composed man, and I just love
I mean, I
working with
can't
artists.
imagine Anuj Jain screaming at top of his lungs, man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not. He looks like very calm,
Very
very talkative.
calm.
Very, very calm.
Dheere.
Love working with such kind of people.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Okay.
Like all these artists are like really calm. Like probably people have showed them in a way, like pictured
Yeah.
them in a way that they're they're big artists, they have ego, but in reality they are the most down to earth people.
Yes.
Like they'll talk properly to you. Probably see maybe if they're stressed out they won't talk because understandable on the situation they're at,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But then otherwise they're like a very calm person, very humble. They talk to people because at the end of the day they also want to interact with their fans, right? They want to understand their fans. That's how they become big, right? Instead of having ego and not like talking to the fans and everything.
So that's what I was saying. The artist manager takes everything control into their own hand. Even if the artist is telling them it's fine, they're like, no, it's fine, you have to go.
Okay.
So the artist manager has a massive ego that it's just not easy to fulfill easily.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful, man. One more thing is like, you see, the events, they're coming up to India right now. The flow is massive now.
Right.
Even the world-class artists are coming, and do you have any ideas or plans to even bring the world-class artists?
That
Future
is
goal?
That is our
Future
future goal, yes.
All right.
Our long-term plan
Okay.
is to host like a pretty good level music festival.
Mm-hmm.
Like so we're doing it smaller scale right now.
Okay.
We're one artist, now it's two, and then we'll scale up. So like
Okay.
scaling up, that is our long-term goal, to bring in a massive artist to India and just watch them, make sure that everyone has a great time in India. So something like that. It's in our pipeline, but it's like very, very,
Very far.
further down the pipeline.
Okay.
Yeah. We were like long-term down the line, we want to bring Taylor Swift to India.
Damn.
Trust me, I have.
Bro,
Okay.
Weekend, Taylor Swift, Travis Scott, sub
Bro,
collide.
So-
if we are calling weekend, please give me a call, man. I need early passes, jo kuch bhi hai, please.
So we have probably somewhere in my notes, I have the entire breakdown. So her performance fee and everything, it comes down to an investment of close to 300 to 400 crores. Okay. We can host her at Ahmedabad
Yeah.
Motera Stadium, which has a 1.5 lakh capacity. Okay. Now, even if you sell each ticket at a minimum of 10,000 rupees, right, you make a 1,500 crore revenue, which is 5 times of what you're investing.
Yeah.
But where do we get that investment from?
वो 300 करोड़ तो वो नहीं दे रहे हैं।
Exactly. But there's a lot other logistical, issues as well, that, transporting an entire stage and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. When she does her shows in US, she has 9 trucks traveling with her, with all of her stage equipment from city to city.
Damn.
You cannot fly all of that or ship all of that to India. It's going to be extremely difficult and extremely costly. That's not factored into 300 crores. But then that's one of a very, very, very far-fetched long dream that we have. But is there in a pipeline to bring a massive artist to India and have them perform?
okay.
Because if we bring a massive artist to perform in India, it'll definitely sell. And if we keep a ticket low as 10,000 people from other countries will fly down here. Because
Yeah.
people on an average spend at least 50 to 60,000 rupees, like converted to rupees, for a ticket for a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah.
But if you bring them in India, just 10,000 rupees, that's dirt cheap for them.
Yeah.
It's extremely cheap. They're like, mera flight cover ho gaya, hotel sub cover ho gaya, and I'm still saving money than going to another country.
Exactly.
So that is what we had planned long ago, like, but then there's no capital. We don't have the
Yeah,
capital to do it. So that's
That's
yeah.
the problem. Yeah, if you call Taylor Swift,
Yeah, so
it's gonna-
we
Then the
will be
game
placed
over.
We will be placed on not just Indian charts, we'll be placed on international charts. This company
Yeah.
called them here for the first time. It'll be massive. But again, very far down the pipeline. Yeah.
yeah, it will happen. It will happen.
Hope,
for
yeah,
sure.
touch wood, yeah,
That's the
hopefully.
plan that we want to do, right? We want to get artists who have not performed in this country or a particular state or something. That's how we become the talk of the town.
Yes,
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
just like Arpit Rajsan, he became
That's
a
why we
talk of
keep
the
it
town.
unique
Yeah,
compared to the
because we don't want to
competitors.
get the same artist again and again. Doesn't make sense, right? Rather, bring a new experience to the people,
Yes, yes.
right? For example, Arpit was a new experience.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
the rage and everything was different. Like the complete vibe was different. If you
Yes.
go to a other artist, rap stars, show or something, concert, it's a different vibe than what Arpit had.
Yes, yes.
So that's why we want to create different experience with different artists. That's what we're focusing on. But yeah, pretty soon we might be getting an international artist.
Yeah.
You never know.
Oh, man, looking forward.
And if you notice, like you had mentioned, there's a lot of events happening on a very frequent basis.
Yes.
Because of that, the attendance at all these events has drastically dropped.
Yeah.
Like with a very reputed company, they had done like 3 events in a span of 1.5 months. We were there at all 3 events because our volunteers were working for the production at that event. So now we physically saw that what the amount of attendees that used to come to that company's events about, let's say, in 2022, is extremely different from what is coming in 2023.
Okay.
So 2022, when they hosted a very huge international DJ, they had about close to 5,000 to 6,000 attendees at that event.
Okay.
Okay? And they had oversold. And they had to rebook a new venue, bring another massive venue into place and stuff. But this time they had to downsize the venue.
Okay.
They chose a bigger venue. They couldn't sell enough tickets, so they downsized the venue to a smaller place to accommodate. So when the people come in, the venue looks full.
Okay.
So that is what is happening. If there are more and more events this frequently, people don't have the spending capacity to keep spending at these events every weekend. And those event organizers cannot expect to have the same attendance across every weekend. It's just not practical. You can call probably I won't give that same example again, but if you call any other major artist, but in the past 2 months, if you've hosted a major artist coming in every weekend, that person, a normal person, will not have the capital to spend again on the third, on the fifth or sixth event that you're hosting again.
Exactly.
So that is where I feel the event industry is going wrong.
Yeah.
That don't host these massive events every weekend. Host them like once in 2-3 months. Then your attendance will pop back up again because people will have that excitement.
Exactly.
Oh, this massive event is not going to happen for the next 3-4 months. I should go for it. But if there's something happening every month, every weekend, they're like, we missed this. Probably we'll have something else in the next weekend. So that is something that I feel that is probably going to hamper along as well.
It's like the saturation point, basically.
Yeah.
It reaches a saturation
If you
point.
have a lot of fun every weekend, you reach a saturation point that you're like, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to go
Right?
out. Could you guys agree with this statement? This is the major difference when you guys started out and right now.
I mean, when we speak about evolution of the industry, it's since I've come from a very movie-related industry, I see how there's a shift of the youth and the spending power of people from going to a movie to going to a concert. The movie industry is more like a downfall according to my looking.
Okay.
Because we see that there's almost 4 movies every weekend launched in just South India alone. Every weekend there's 4 new movies. And I mean, I used to be a movie enthusiast, but I'm like, how many movies can I watch? I reach saturation point because I'm like, if not this, I'll get another comedy movie next month. So I feel why this is dipping, event industry is rising because that same crowd is coming here for a physical experience rather than a screen experience.
Screen experience.
I feel like this same situation what's happening to the movie industry now will be the same with the event industry in the next couple of years if this continues.
Okay.
And if everyone reaches saturation point, and then the industry will just move back into something like an AR or a VR experience.
Oh, damn.
It just becomes like a whole cycle.
Yeah. So I mean, since the movie industry is dipping so bad, they're having to relaunch movies that were back in the 2010s to retain those customers and to be able to cope up with the expenses that are bearing on such luxurious places. So I am afraid that same situations might happen in the event industry in the next couple of years if this line continues. People just get bored and they'll be like, there's no point of going for it.
That's even I have seen this. When I was studying in Bangalore, weekly I used to have one event. Maximum in the auditoriums or outside the city. Monthly 3-4 at max. Bade events I'm talking about. Right now I see every weekend we have 1 or 2 big artists coming.
yeah. 100%.
A lot of my friends whom when I catch up when I come to Bangalore and like yeah, let's go up some event or let's go some music festival or something. I said like nah yaar, I'm bored out of this.
Yeah.
I just went last weekend.
Yeah.
This is something I'm quite hearing. Even this weekend, I just hit my friend up and hey, let's plan something after the shoot or something. I said, and nahi yaar, I went last weekend. Some festival was going on, and I'm not interested. Anymore.
There's already too much happening.
Yeah. So ordinary people need breaks in between.
Correct.
I feel.
Yes. It needs break. Yes.
Yeah.
It's saturating. There's close to 180 small-sized events that are happening in Bangalore alone every weekend.
Exactly. I'm opening a book.
And I'm like, 180 who is attending? Because half of the events are probably going.
This
broke.
was my question.
Yeah, nobody is
It's like,
attending. That's the
yeah.
problem. So that's why these small event agencies tend to lose momentum there itself because they're not able to cope up to that crowd that they're losing due to the saturation. So yeah.
Do you think technology has a major impact in either growing or decreasing of the event management?
I mean, technology, it smoothens the customer experience of booking and so from a customer, if I'm a customer, right? If I would have been using, let's say Bookmyshow existed 10 years ago when the technology was limited, right?
Yeah.
It would be a hassle for me to book a ticket, right?
Yes.
Like for setting up different ticketing categories of like movie theater setting different seats and all this stuff. It's a huge hassle. But now down down the line, right? All of these years, the technology has advanced, and it makes the entire ticketing experience super smooth. We didn't have UPI those many years ago. It's only card and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now, since everyone has UPI, a ticketing experience is super smooth. It takes about, like, I would say an average of maximum 5 minutes. 5 minutes is too much. Maximum, if you know what event you want to go to, what sort of category you want to buy, 2 to 3 minutes is all you need to book a ticket.
Exactly.
And earlier it wasn't that easy to book a ticket because you had to go through a lot of stressful process of buying a ticket and how to pay for and all that stuff. Very stressful process. But now as technology advances, obviously it'll make everyone's lives easier, and that's what people want. Their lives easier and maximum work in minimum effort. And technology is obviously going to do that. Yeah.
I just got to know one thing. Ki, your ex-volunteers are your competitors now.
Right. So that I had mentioned about the whole copy paste thing.
Okay.
They were able to copy paste it because they were not just our volunteers, they were part of our core team.
Core team, okay.
So they were extremely close to us and they saw how we were operating. They knew our entire business model inside out.
Okay.
So that is why they were able to copy paste and start at the high. And then they just dipped down.
Okay. Bungee
Bungee
jumping.
jumping.
Exactly.
Bungee
That
jumping
is-
without the rope.
That is what happened to them.
Okay.
And it's just weird because we trusted them that they are, and some of the volunteers that moved out had started their own thing. They were our most trusted volunteers. So they were the ones who actually had more information than other core team members.
Yeah.
They had our entire thing, that our pricing model, how much we're paying the volunteers, how much percentage of profit we're making, how to approach to clients, what are the existing client base. They had all of our client numbers and everything. So once they phased out, so like he had mentioned earlier, Abdullah, that we were traveling to different cities and they saw that, oh, they are making money. We want money as well. So they're like, we'll start our own thing. So they tried to do that, but then they didn't have the basics like we did.
Yes,
and that's
yes.
where they fell, and now they're just existing.
Existing.
They're not able to grow. They're just existing. Niche pade, bas.
And that is when we realize you shouldn't like trust someone blindly.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
I faced that because I was a very emotionally connected person. So when that happened, I was at a verge of breakdown.
Did you feel betrayed?
Yeah,
100%. We
in fact,
felt
I think I
immensely
must have
betrayed.
cried that evening as well.
Okay.
After that day is when I said, you know what? This is where real life is. Because you can't get emotionally connected when it's business.
Yes, yes.
That's why I stopped getting emotionally connected to anyone that I'm doing business. If it's business, it's business. If it's friendship, it's friendship. That's all.
Even one more thing, one of the members who started his own thing, he had a he was about to get a legal issue because some problem he had, something
At our
misunderstanding had
event.
happened. Okay,
Yeah.
we were the one who protected him. No, like we told him, you chill. Any legal problem, we'll face that. Your name is not gonna come out. We literally protected him at that time, and then when we got to know this is the guy who's backstabbed us, he's pouching our volunteers, our community members,
Yeah.
and basically their community was nothing but our community members there.
because the way they used to poach us, we have an unofficial group, right? We don't moderate our unofficial group because there's a lot of stuff that goes on. When the unofficial group was formed, we used to have like at least 3,000 to 4,000 messages a day. So we couldn't moderate through all of that. We're like, jo ho raha hai, let it just happen. It just exists. So later on, we found out that these people, when they form their own community, they used to send messages on our unofficial group and bring on volunteers from there. So essentially, their entire volunteer base was our volunteer base. Their method of sending communications was our method of sending communications.
Yes.
Like Shakur has a extremely distinct way of texting. When you send the message, he says like, hey, 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 on the top of the message. Now, if you look at their message, it's the same format, just the, content has changed a bit according to the events. Yeah. And whatever clients we've had, they've approached the same clients. They've called them multiple times that please take us. We'll give you cheaper price and stuff. And one of the clients has told us that we were fed up of them calling us and we have given them this work, but you also come and work with us. It's fine. So that is what has happened. And then we used to fight earlier that, bro, this is not done. You're not supposed to do this, etc., etc. But then we just realized that if they continue to follow the same business model of annoying clients and trying to, get business this way,
They lose the ball.
they are not going to last that long. Why are we breaking our heads on that when we're already at a safe projecting path, of growth, and they are not?
So you guys are the OGs, yeah.
Why should we break our head on
Yeah,
that?
the OGs.
Why should we break our head on that?
So basically,
Let them just exist. And then now, if you check it out, no one is there.